Goodness, it's a full house, and I am really excited to have these beautiful faces with me today. Look, this gala, this 2024 Basket Ladies Gala supporting Pink Ribbon Connection is happening, and it's
Right.
exciting, and we have so much fun. And today I have the executive director of Pink Ribbon Connection, as well as amazing sponsors helping us to make this event a great one to support Pink Ribbon Connection on the call today. So we're going to be sharing with you why are they supporting the cause. Like we'll hear from Dory about what are some of the needs, and then we'll end with some of the exciting things you can expect at the gala. So without much ado, I'm gonna just give the floor. I guess we'll start with Dory. Dory, can you just give us a little bit of introduction? We'll go around and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Okay, sure. My name's Dory Sparks Unsworth, and I'm the executive director of Pink Ribbon Connection. I've been here 15 years. I am their first paid staff and their only full-time staff they've ever had. So it's a very lean machine of an organization, but we cover the state of Indiana as a not-for-profit and supply free supplies and services to women across the state.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll go on next to Rima of Lux by Rima. Rima, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Karima Lawal. I'm an event planner and designer. I'm going to be working with Victoria, excited for the 2024 gala and supporting Pink Ribbon, which is a great cause, and I'm really excited about that. I've been into event designing and planning for about 10 years on my own before I decided to branch out to start an old food business. So, I mean, doing this and supporting this cause, it means a lot to me, both personally and for women out there. So I'm really excited about this. Yeah.
Great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Melissa, take the floor.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us. I am Melissa Volsmith, and I am a banker by day. I enjoy helping my clients in every way that I possibly can, but I really have a strong emphasis on boss ladies. I am really working on an initiative right now, along with our CEO and other members of our bank, to really find ways that we can really help that woman entrepreneur. And so it only made sense for us to become sponsors of the Amazing Boss Ladies Gala. So super excited to be here.
Great. Thank you, thank you. And J Lo, Jenny Lopez, take it away.
Yes, and by the way, she's saying J-Lo because that's the name. Is Jennifer Lopez. She's not making it up. But yes, I am the author of Intentional Unicorn, which is an Amazon bestseller, and I empower people to be their most authentic self because that's whenever they do their best work. And I can't wait to be the keynote speaker at this amazing Boss Ladies Gala that is coming up. Can't wait to meet everybody.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I'm so excited. I know we have some people watching already. If you're watching or if you're wanting to catch this episode, it's gonna be streaming on basically all the platform: LinkedIn, Facebook, the page, the profile, and then also on YouTube. So please make sure that if you're on the road, just put it on audio so you can hear all the amazing things. Specifically, I'm going to start by talking with Dory to just give us an overview of what Pink Ribbon Connection is doing to help breast cancer survivors here in India. And I think for me, that's one of the biggest impacts, like things that just really, touch my heart. Is like, it's here in Indiana. These are people that we can see, touch, and talk to, not, like somewhere, that we can't even see. So Dory, please take it away. Tell us about Pink Ribbon and the amazing work that you're doing.
My pleasure. So as I said, Pink Ribbon Connection covers the state of Indiana, and we provide free supplies and services to breast cancer patients across the state. And those supplies are very practical items like mastectomy bras and prosthesis, post-surgical garments, wigs, hats, turbans. So all those things are free at our office. A woman just calls us, makes an appointment. She comes in, we help her try on her items, and she takes it away at no cost, no questions asked. We have no financial qualifiers because what we know is that women can be a regular middle-class woman, work every day of your life. And once you get cancer, it's very easy to become cash poor quickly. So what we know is if you call us, that means you need us. So we're never going to ask for a tax return or a check stub.
Oh,
The
that's
services,
amazing.
the services that are so critical that we provide are, first of all, peer counseling. When a woman is newly diagnosed, she calls our office and we connect her with a peer counselor who is a breast cancer survivor. And we try to make a match across the state. So if I talk with an urban woman in Indianapolis, I'm going to connect her with another urban woman. If I talk with a farmer's wife in Decatur in Greensburg, I'm going to go ahead and connect her with another farmer's wife in Decatur County in Greensburg. So we have trained around the state and we continue to train in areas, our goal being to cover all of Indiana, and no matter where you live, that we have someone nearby. And the reason we think that's important is, being women, sometimes it's really nice to sit down face to face and just give each other a hug and really listen. I think it adds a whole nother element to the fact that they have a peer counselor if they can meet and touch. So that's why the peer counseling piece is very important. We train our peer counselors. Dr. Christine Ward is a psychologist who provides the training. So we go in different areas and train these women. They're wonderful. The peer counselors are just wonderful. And what we've heard back from the newly diagnosed patients is, it's so great to have someone really understand what they're going through and what they're feeling at that new diagnosis. They don't have to mince any words. They don't have to veil any feelings. They can really say what they're feeling. And that person that they're talking to, when she says, I get you, I understand what you're saying, she means it because she's been through it. So the peer counseling is so important.
Yeah,
We do.
Dory, before you go on, so I just wanted to mention that beginning stages is probably the scariest part, wouldn't you say?
Yes, when women first get diagnosed, I mean, all those terrible things come through your head and they're kind of whirling in a circle. So one thing that's really good to talk with a peer counselor about is, once you get them out, they just kind of become more linear instead of just swirling around in your head so much. So yes, upon diagnosis, when you don't have your treatment plan and you don't quite know all the details about your particular kind of breast cancer, it is very, very scary and very helpful to connect with someone who understands that feeling.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's amazing. And so keep going. You said that you were gonna
Okay.
go
So
into some
another
of the.
thing we do monthly education sessions in our office in Fountain Square. And these sessions, tomorrow we're having a journaling your journey, where a local author and breast cancer survivor, Bonnie Maurer, is sitting down and really helping the women get their thoughts on paper. Once again, it gets out of that circle in your head and you can kind of write things down, and it's very therapeutic. We have things, we're going to have yoga in the park in May, where a person who focuses with cancer patients is going to lead us through some gentle yoga in Garfield Park, and that'll be really fun. We have one on reconstruction in the fall. We have them on a variety of topics every month that are pertinent to breast cancer patients. We always have great leaders, medical practitioners. So that happens as a service as well, because when women receive information, that's power for them. That's empowering for them to know what they're up against, what other information is out there about this disease. And there's been so much progress around breast cancer that it's hard to keep up with it. It just, the exciting part is women are living longer and longer. We have more and more breast cancer survivors in this country, which is why we also do things like a survivorship panel. And that's for women. Once you live as a survivor, there are some issues. You might have fear of recurrence that might just sneak back into your head sometimes. You might have some intimacy issues that come through because of your surgery and your hormone treatment. So we're going to have a survivor panel where we have a psychologist and some other people just talk very directly, answer their questions. You're a woman, you're a survivor. What are your concerns right now, and how do we help you with those concerns? So one thing I can say about Pink Ribbon Connection, we're very practical. I'm glad some other people are doing more theoretical things, but for us, it's, you are a breast cancer patient right now. You've been diagnosed. You're going through it. You're a survivor. What can we do to help make your life better and easier? It's a hard thing to go through. What do we do? Anything we can do. So that's why we're here.
That is incredible. And I am so grateful. I know I'm speaking for everyone on this panel for the incredible work that you do. Before we jumped on, I know Rima was talking about a few of our friends that actually did, unfortunately pass on from breast cancer. Rima, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's to piggyback off of what Dory said. First of all, it's amazing that there's this personalized touch, and right here in Indianapolis, that's the most amazing thing, because the biggest fear with people that have been diagnosed is the fear of unknown. not knowing when they're gonna stop, not knowing when they can move on. I think that was one of the biggest things when I found out from my friend is like knowing that she was already that far along, but getting the women together, which is really amazing. I love what you do, is giving them personalized touch, having them connect with someone they can actually relate with,
Yeah.
one-on-one touch. It goes a long way. Unfortunately, she didn't have that because she just had to go into treatment, trying to
Mm,
fight. Because every day for the rest of her life was just fighting. And people,
mm,
just a whirlpool of emotions at the time, thinking about her kids. She just had a baby who was like less than 6 months old. Our oldest at the time was about, I want to say it was like around the same age as mine, like 6 at the time. She was very young. She didn't know what to do. She just took a day as a blessing at the time, but not knowing when you're gonna stop, or
mm,
not knowing when the last time you could say something to your kid. It's really important for women to get that support, and
mhm.
information is really, really key. Like,
Right.
so having that ping ribbon connection and getting enough women that education and letting them know what they can expect and what they can get, the kind of supporting community, because this to me is, it's a community on its own.
It is.
Right.
You're
People
right.
know that they're not alone.
That's right.
That goes a long way. It's gonna help a lot of people. So that's why this is very personal to me, having to lose two people that I know that we went to college together at such a young age.
Mm,
We've been so blindsided to thinking that only when you're older can you get cancer. Unfortunately, more and more young
mm,
women are being diagnosed
It's true.
today with
Yes.
it. And a lot of people are not even thinking about getting a mammogram yet or get something. So it's sneaking up on them. And
right.
after when they get it, they don't have the resource or the support,
Mm,
That's right.
or they don't have that personalized touch, or just someone to give them that white glove service that your Pink Ribbon is providing, to hold hands with them and tell them,
Right.
I can relate. I understand what you're going through.
Yes.
right.
So this is
Yeah.
really important for them, for me to let people know, because unfortunately, I've had two people that I've had the scare now. They just have to
Mm.
keep praying that it's not so.
Look, speaking of scare, I just did my mammogram a few months ago, not even a few months ago, in December, because I started, turned 40 and I had to go back, but my appointment was pushed back over 3 weeks. And it was the hardest 3 weeks for me because I kept thinking, oh my God, oh my God. So just that whole waiting period too is very, very, it's so hard, let alone having the diagnosis. You're going through all of, Jenny or Melissa, do you guys have any personal stories or friends, family connections?
I mean, unfortunately, oh, I'll say something quickly here. Like you all have been saying, unfortunately, this is something that touches all of us because all of us can say we have met somebody,
Yes.
or even in our families. I love what you do, Dory, because you talked about being practical. You talk about the things that maybe other organizations are not talking or keeping at a high level. You're going through all the education, the impact on the family, on the couple, right? The partnership,
Yes.
and you provide all the resources. I love that. If you see the statistics, this is one of the diseases that impact in a disproportionate, well, I don't know if I'm saying that in English correctly, but in a disproportionate manner to
Yes.
women of color, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Latinas, Black
Yes.
women. So having an organization like yours that just make it easy, the access is
Mhm.
there, right? In terms of what do I do now? What are my resources? How can I learn about this? It's beautiful, and I love Victoria. You have been engaged in this now for a couple of years. I love your passion and dedication to make this possible. So yeah, when Victoria asked me, "Hey, do you want to be part of it?" I just said 100% because I'm all about really empowering everybody, but especially I connect with women, right? In
Yes.
terms of being at their best, and it's just finding that spark, even if they're going through this journey. And I know Dory, your organization does that beautiful, even with the fashion show that you do that later in the
Yeah.
fall. I
Mhm.
am all 100% on that, on empowering our
Wonderful.
beautiful women out there.
Wonderful.
Right. Yeah. Melissa?
Yeah, so have a very dear family member. My brother's wife, Edie, was diagnosed 20 years ago and went through like an initial lumpectomy and went through all the cancer treatments, of chemo, radiation, and stayed away for 10 years. And then 10 years ago, it came back. And so had to do the full double mastectomy, just the full gamut. And, you know, as her family, not really knowing how to answer all of the questions, not knowing what to say or what to expect. I love that you have, with the Pink Ribbon Connection, that you have this ability to immediately connect them with someone who understands what they're going through. You know, I don't believe we only ask questions when we want the answers.
Right.
So I think a lot of times when we get into a situation that's so frightful, as scary as learning of cancer, that there are women out there who have survived and who want to walk alongside you.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to say now that that's exactly what Edie does. She does not live in Indiana, or else I would completely connect you.
Exactly.
Because she is certainly a proponent of anything and all things to help other women, especially when it comes to breast cancer. And then I also have two very dear friends that both had it caught very early. So we're very fortunate with that. And I think that's one of the major advances that have been made in the last several years, is that we are now finding it so much earlier, which is why it is so important to get your mammograms, ladies, and just to continue to check yourselves and to continue to push for that to be at younger ages. Because we just you really don't know. With my sister-in-law, I don't believe it was hereditary, so she had never had a circumstance with that type of cancer in her family that she was aware of. So I think education is key, and get yourself checked all the time.
Right. Right. I was reading some of the stories from the survivors that was in the fashion show with Pink Ribbon Connection. And it was just, there was a particular woman that she was talking about. I think her family had a different type of cancer, so she wasn't even expecting it. And then there was another woman that she just was like, just going about her business, and she they don't have any type, any history of it. And then she just was like, oh my God. So like you were saying, Melissa, it could happen to anybody. It's not even about the history anymore. So getting checked is so, so important. So I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about some of the needs, some of the supplies. You've told us a little bit about some of the things that you do, Dory. Can you tell us a little bit about the supplies and how much they cost so that people can understand why this is important?
Well, mastectomy bras are a huge need, because once you have either a single mastectomy or a double mastectomy, you need to have a mastectomy bra and wear a prosthesis either before your reconstruction, or some women are choosing not to have reconstruction. And so it's just very important that women look good in their clothes, they feel good, they feel whole. And so we do bras and breakfast events. And what those are is we pick a day. And actually, Jenny, I wanted to touch on this for you, because we know that women of color have a disproportionate, they have more mortality. Their mortality rate is higher. They struggle with this disease. So what we're doing to particularly address that is one Saturday in March, we're doing a bras and breakfast event where only Spanish speaking women will come in, and we'll have interpreters for everyone. And those women will all be able to, we'll help them try on their mastectomy bras, and they can take away those bras at no cost, along with their prosthesis. Beautiful. And then we're doing another one offsite at 18th and Meridian, where it is only for Black women. And our volunteers will be Black women, and they will also be trying on their mastectomy bras, having a fitter there, and leaving with what they need. So these are events where we just have a nice breakfast for them. They come in, they get their bras, and it turns into sort of a pseudo support group, because they sit around the table after they get their bras, and they just kind of chat and encourage each other. And we do that around the state. So we're doing it in Seymour, in Jackson County, which is a very rural community. And we're doing it in Anderson for the North Side women. And then we do it here. We have somewhere just anybody come in and get your mastectomy bra. So the bras are very expensive. And because of the number I'm going to give away this year, which is in the hundreds, we are looking for either new or gently used mastectomy bras or funds to purchase those bras. And mastectomy bras cost $50 to $75 a piece, so they're very expensive. So once again, a very practical thing that we need, but it makes all the difference for these women that we're serving. So one thing, when people give money to Pink Ribbon Connection, you can know it goes directly toward meeting the needs of breast cancer patients and survivors. Once again, I'm the only full-time staff. We have one half-time office manager, and that's it. We work with volunteers. We have wonderful volunteers that help us accomplish our work, but we really, really are lean. And so that means that when you donate to us, you know that money is going, and it's going to make a big difference in the lives of women dealing with breast cancer.
Oh God, thank you so much for mentioning that. I love the fact that you are lean, and your overhead is very, very low. In the last conversation you and I had, you said that you give at least three of those bras to
Right.
each woman. So that's a lot of money. So that's why
Yes.
I'm really hoping that we can raise at least $10,000 during this gala to be able to support
Yes.
Pink Ribbon, because we know where the money is going.
That's
We can
right.
see it, so and also, I also wanted to mention, beyond the supplies, you need volunteers, because you're doing a lot of
Yes.
events
Yes.
throughout the,
Yes.
you've mentioned just to, and people to come show up and help to support, because
Yes.
I'm finding that sometimes, and I think we talked about this, Dory, like sometimes beyond the money, beyond, just being there to give someone a hug goes a long
Yes.
way.
We try to create a culture in this office where women feel it. It's palpable. When you walk in our door, you know we care about you.
Mm.
You know we do. Some tears are shed. When women cry, we cry, right? If women come in here and they're just struggling, we just listen to them. We cry with them. We put our arms around them because we're women, right? And that's what they need. Sometimes they come in and they just say, I've been saving up my tears because I've been strong for my family. I didn't want to express my fear to my husband. I didn't want my children to see me weep. And they literally save it up and come here and just cry. And how lovely to be able to have a spot like that. We are that spot. So we have a wig room where we help them try on all their wigs, and we have a little floral sofa in there where they can be really comfortable. And then when they come to the back and we help them try things on, it's all very close up and personal. And that's how it is with breast cancer, right? You couldn't care about this or be involved in this cause if you didn't really want to connect on a very basic and authentic level, because, we are helping them try their bras and prosthesis on, trying to get one breast even with the other breast when they have a single mastectomy, being fitted, because being comfortable, as you all know, is really, really important for women. So yes, a culture of compassion and authentic care, it's what we strive to do. And it's because of who we are, we get it done. That's what happens. You feel it when you come here.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Jenny, do you want to tell us a little bit about,
Yes.
why you're supporting this cause, and maybe what people can expect in
Yeah.
your speech? Or I don't know if you want to give away too much, but go ahead.
No, I'll go a little bit about, because when I say intentional unicorn, they're like, "What unicorn? That looks so childish. What is that about?" But it started a reflection on my own journey here. Whenever I go to a place where I don't see that I look like the people who fit the mold, so I don't fit the mold. And I felt like that unicorn that was sticking out for the wrong reasons. And it's the story that is shared with a lot of people, right, that do not fit the norm out there. And what we try is to hide the horn and knock it down and making sure that, okay, it's not there. But what we do is that we lose our authenticity. We lose our horn, which is our superpower. And that doesn't make any good to anybody involved. So I empower to say, hey, everybody's be proud, be confident, and shine bright, because that's how you can love and care and do, at your best and do your best work. So that's really what it's about. And I really, it's all about empowerment to people to go. They have that goal that they have. It may seem impossible, but it is impossible until you make it possible, right? And I go through that, and that's going to be what the keynote. So expect something fun. I'm authentic. This is how I am.
Yes,
This is my
yes.
persona. It doesn't matter where I'm at. And I want everybody to live inspired to take that next action, and also paying it forward, which is something very important. Whatever you learn there, how do you pay it forward? How do you make an impact in your community?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jenny. And I think that even the cancer patients or cancer survivors that we have, which are going to have a ton of them in the room that they can learn something from that, because even though they have a new life, you know, they can still own it and make the most of it. Because
Yes.
one of the stories that I read from the survivors, which it's all going to be in the magazine, and I cannot wait for everyone to get a hand on that to read that. It's like she says, she talked about, you know how we say you only live once? She flipped the script and she was like, we only die once. So this is our chance to take, and I was like, oh my God, that was so powerful. So I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to your speech to inspire every one of us, whether we have breast cancer or not. And I think you're going to do it justice, obviously, because I
Yeah.
know, you know.
Well, it's so
uh,
funny because we get to a point in our lives, and all of you, I'm sure, can relate. And you have powerful women in that audience that you want to pay forward. So how can I help? And I just think about you're helping the person you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Your struggles, right,
Yeah.
were your school, and now you're much better equipped to like now, right, pay it
mm.
forward
Yeah.
and teach and help the journey of the person you were 5, 10 years ago. So there's always a
I
way
like
to impact other people.
That's amazing. That's
that.
amazing. Melissa, do you want to tell us why this cause is important to you? I know you are a sponsor centered by Mel as well as Citizen State Bank. So you're representing two sponsors today. And we're
Yes.
so grateful for your help and your support. But why is it important for you to support this cause? And what maybe some things that people can expect at this gala?
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. I think that goodness, there's many reasons why it's kind of hard to pinpoint just one. But I think my passion at my core is to connect women. I love to connect women, and so when I met Victoria, I knew I wanted to get on board, both with the company that I own, which is called Centered by Mel, which is just a small company that I started basically to kind of help not for profits be able to put on uh, galas and such without needing to purchase all of the centerpieces. So it's just something I kind of do on the side. But during the day, and most evenings also. I just love to do what I can do to connect women. I am very, very fortunate that, very blessed that Citizen State Bank has just gotten behind me in my desire to be a champion for women
Mhm.
and for women business owners, and have put on our strategic plan to
Oh,
be able to help women business owners. And what a what a better just a whole fit
Yeah.
for me and for
Definitely.
Citizen State Bank to be able to come alongside Victoria, come alongside the Pink Ribbon Connection, and do kind of what I do best, and that is bring women together.
Yes.
And uh, my goal is for us to just fill that room, fill
you bet.
every single chair, and then some. We just want to get all the women there.
Yes.
So just super excited to be a part of it. And thank you again for just reaching out and inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Melissa. And then Rima, tell us, why is this important to you and what can people expect?
So, like the rest of you, it's very similar, right? It's really important to me. First of all, like mostly, and I know I didn't mention it before. I'm also a board of director for WebIndie, which a friend of mine started, like Women Empowerment Brunch for Indianapolis. Last year was our first luncheon. So, getting women together, empowering women, boss ladies, that's really really a huge part of that. I love
That
that.
seems to be a theme around every one of us.
Right. I'm excited to work with you, Melissa, also, right? And for me, Pink Ribbon having to support the Pink Ribbon and Women Survivor, I think people should expect, like, you want to make women feel, my idea for that night is for women to feel glamorous.
Oh,
Mm,
If you
yeah.
want to feel
I like that.
glamorous for a day, feel like you're going to be on a red carpet. It's kind of going to be like when you go into the Grammys, when somebody's going out, I
Mhm.
want everyone to come there and feel like I'm a star. I feel special
Nice.
to be here
I
today.
like it.
I want everybody to come in looking glamorous. I want the night to be a wow night for everybody. Just a night for women to feel like $1 million. on
Mm.
their own. So it's really important for me because a lot of us are struggling with one thing or the other, but
Right.
having that
Right.
room, that night to be able to explore and feel glamorous and kind of like wowed out and just express. So for me,
Mm.
that night, I mean, there's a lot of things like we know Victoria is launching our Amazing Boss Ladies magazine. Mm, we have a little bit of like surprise for women to be able to be on their own, be the spotlights, each
Yes.
individual. It should be a night to remember for
Yes.
women,
Mhm.
for people to come in dressed to impress.
I
And
like it.
it's not just for me as an event planner or designer, right? But when you walk into a room and you want women to feel like, oh my God, I felt like a celebrity
Yeah.
for a night.
Mhm.
Just making sure that they feel special. No matter what they go through, they can
Yes.
forget it at that moment. That token of happiness for me, for them, is that's
Okay.
it's dear to heart for me. And making sure
Mm.
women feel like me. I had to struggle a lot with different things in life, right?
Mm.
Being in a man's world, mostly in my corporate career. So having to give women that floor, that ground to make them feel
Mm.
you're heard, you're powerful,
Mm.
you're beautiful for that night.
Mm.
So for me, I'm trying my best. I feel like I'm being put on the spotlight. I'm really putting together, but I'm confident, right? I've seen you, Melissa. I'm excited to work with that with amazing vendors that I'm going to be working with on that day. So I'm pretty confident that that night is going to come out wow. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping everybody comes in there and feel just simply amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever's going on,
Mm.
just for the night, it feel great.
I can't wait.
I know, I know. And for me, there's a lot of reasons why. Obviously, I'm supporting Pink Ribbon Connection. Empowerment is a big one. And just look, I am a foreigner. I just became a US citizen last week or so. But for my whole life, you living in the country here, it's different when you have just a small part of your family here and everybody else is far away.
Yeah.
Having that connection with someone, which I'm thankful, I am grateful for people like you that I've come to know, and I can say I can call on if I need something, and we can, we work together.
Absolutely.
But there's something with knowing that there's someone you can talk to, you can call on, or just to even give you a hug or listen to you. That means a lot. When for someone that doesn't have family member close by. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I really want us to be able to create awareness and create, be able to raise money. $10,000 is the goal,
Yes.
and I
Yes.
know we can surpass it.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
know we can do it. So, and people have been so generous. We've had so many auction items that are being donated. A few
Mhm.
days ago, someone donated three unlimited crew car wash auction. I mean tickets, and I was
That's
like, oh my god! So there's a
that's a
lot
fun
of
one.
really cool
Yeah.
things, yeah, so that we can raise money. But I really want us to end the day, you know, giving all of our survivors, our patients, just a warm hug so that they can feel the love. So if not purchased your ticket, please go get your ticket. Even if you are not able to donate extra, just please come and fill the room. Just come, and the energy,
Yes.
would help people know, those, the survivors know that they are loved, we
Yes.
care for them, and we are behind them, rooting for them, and they can do this. Obviously, the money is going to help too, and a portion of the tickets is going to go to Pink Ribbon Connection towards, making that $10,000. I'm just so excited about this. I know that we can do it, and I cannot wait. So, if you haven't bought your tickets, I'm going to say one more time: run, do not walk,
Go buy it.
run and get your tickets.
It'll
They're
be
probably going to
amazing.
sell out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And everybody goes home with a copy of the magazine. I'm super excited with so many different articles that's going to help you in your business, financially, in your health, in every different areas of your life. But then you also get to read the incredible stories, inspiring stories of the survivors as well as the boss ladies as well too. So look, it's all just going to be amazing that day, and I cannot wait for us to present that check to Pink Ribbon.
And we are so grateful. We are so grateful to be the recipient this year of the Boss Ladies Gala fundraising efforts. It's going to mean the world to us and make an enormous difference in our ability to serve the women around the state. So thank you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you everyone for coming. I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I really appreciate you spending your time just talking through this and sharing with the world why this is important to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all. I can't wait to see you
Yes,
in person.
absolutely.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yes,
All
thank you.
right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.